Bist again.
Hello again.
Third time today. Value for money.
Yeah. Well, went to the dentist yesterday, and it went reasonably well. But you know how it is. They unlock the door. You know, you're pushing the door like that. They unlock it. Then it's the old gel on the hands business. You know, went through that ritual. And then she says, "Oh, Martin, you don't have a face mask." I says, "No, I had this on, you see." I said, "No, I'm exempt." "Oh, is it a medical condition?" "Yes." And that was the end of that. So it wasn't too bad an experience.
I'm dreading it. I've had a filling come out.
Yeah.
And I could do with some other work on my teeth as well. I've not been there for over 12 months and I need it.
Yeah.
So I'm dreading going.
Yeah, yeah.
I said to Marty earlier on, I think sometimes the easiest solution for me is to get some blue spray paint, some light blue spray paint, spray my beard, and just walk around like that.
Yeah, that's it. And I was just relaying before we started this to a chap in America who had painted a mask in blue over his nose bit and mouth. I went in the supermarket, brought his stuff. The only trouble he had, the security guards, they only wanted to film him, take pictures of it. They thought it was quite funny. So yeah, I was disappointed in the week to discover the Dolly Parton promoting and in a very brief sort of thing that she did. She used the V word probably 9 or 10 times, and she was singing this song to the tune of Jolene. You can imagine, just switched the V word for Jolene, and it was bizarre, really. And reading a type of script where she said, well, what is normal? You know, like we've seen on that advert. So, you know, I mean, I'd wish her no harm. She's got a sweet voice. She wears well for 75. But, I mean, to be honest, I've got no desire to listen to much anymore, you know. And for me, Dolly, you know, she's crossed a red line, really, and it makes me, you know. So, oops, I seem to have... Yeah.
It's
anyway,
a shame,
there we go.
because I mean, good artist, great artist, brilliant artist,
Yeah.
what she does.
Don't want to listen to
But
it.
that now is crossed the Rubicon kind of thing, as you see with that now.
Yeah.
The same to me with the Her Majesty the Queen. You know, I've said before in other videos, I've always been a mild monarchist. I'm not one of these that constantly praising them. But compared with some other systems and the fact that they've served us well, we could do a lot worse. I ain't saying we couldn't do a damn sight better, but they've been okay, and I've been glad through my lifetime to be an Elizabethan. But part of that is she's always been apolitical since she's been the head of state. And this is anything but apolitical. This is a political thing that she's done. And she's trying to shame me for not taking part in this this gene therapy experiment. How dare she? Yeah. You know, she's lost all respect.
And she calls us selfish if we don't have it.
All lost all respect. And again, I've never served in the armed services.
Yeah.
But as the head of state, there's been plenty of servicemen and women who've lost their life fighting for right or wrong, whether you agree with the conflicts or not. They've fought for Queen and country, and part of that is defending our rights to be who we are and our freedoms and our liberties, which have been hard fought for and hard won. And now she's saying, give it all up. Just get out of this route of communism. Just have this done to your body. And if you don't, then you're selfish. Well, get lost. Really?
Yeah.
Don't tell me. You know, my body is sovereign. You know,
Of course.
I'm not going to be shamed into putting that into it. I mean, there's Dolly Parton. There's plenty of others. Plenty of others that are all part of the club.
Yes.
You know, it's the
Sad.
It's the what you call it, the PR wing of the club, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Have you noticed on TV there's been a lot of funeral adverts? There's one kept coming on all the time from Simplicity Cremations.
The cartoon one. Yeah, I've seen that one.
And others.
Yeah.
And they're pushing it quite a lot now, expecting, I suppose, to be a lot of people in need of their services. A disturbing story came, which is factual. I've got to be careful of naming names, but my wife got a text from a care worker who she used to work with, who was relaying that another care worker, who they both worked with in a previous place, has died of the
ingrown toenails.
Yeah, of the ingrown toenails. But here is the real interesting point. Her husband died 3 days later. So we've got a situation with 2 dead bodies within 3 days of each other, of people in their 40s, and we're not aware of any health issues. Now, I've never met either of them. I know this has happened. I'm concerned. I feel this is worthy to be investigated at the highest levels. No autopsies. Is this, have they had the, I don't know. I don't know. But say they did have the, and they've both gone. It's concerning, to say the least. And certainly it's worthy of investigation.
Exactly. I mean, statistically, as we all know, people in the 40s who have otherwise fit, strong and healthy, yes, they can contract it, the ingrown toenails, and yes, they can die of it, but the numbers are tiny, really tiny as a percentage. And the recovery rate is phenomenal for somebody in the 40s who's fit and healthy. Comes back to, for most people of that age, it's going to be a cough. But, you know, it depending on how it takes you, you know, it can time you off. But for two people pretty much of the same age, in the same household, you know, that's very suspicious. And the fact that you've got no autopsies,
Yeah.
it's a plot of Midsummer Murders or something like that.
Yeah, well. Now, through the post, me and my wife received the, here it is. You know what it is. Wanting me to book my appointment for the... and I've read it through. And basically, they're sort of leading the way. This is what we're doing. Come on then. Like the Pied Piper, follow me, this is how you can do it. There's nothing in any of this about if you don't want it. Nothing at all, very carefully worded. Needless to say, I'll be waiting for them to ring me, and then I'll give them a few things to think about.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, so... I was listening to, the gentleman with the name ICKE. His first name begins with D.
Used to work for the BBC.
His is another word that attracts the attention of the monitors.
Yeah, tricky.
You know, I mentioned his name in a previous one, but got to be careful now on that.
Turquoise tracksuit.
He made a very good point. He said these people, whether it's the government, whether it's the transport, whether it's supermarkets, they're all asking you to wear, and they're asking the population to wear these. Now, he says, why don't you ask them, can you show me please your risk assessment for making the population wear a muzzle? And we know that for any length of time worn, it will reduce your blood oxygen by 20%. There's the risk of breathing in fibres from the mask. You're breathing in your own carbon dioxide. You're not breathing in enough oxygen. And then there is the psychological effects of having to wear these pantomime masks. Some people wearing them 6-8 hours a day, some probably longer. Maybe some people are so scared they wear them in their own homes. But where's the risk assessment? And he says you'll get the same response, a blank look. He says because there ain't any.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this with as you know, my job hunting. I'm exempt, that's it. Okay, that's what it says. I haven't got to wear the muzzle. But you can't use arguments like this, because as soon as you do, you get that blank look. Don't want to hear it, don't want to know. We care what we're supposed to do in doing this, and you either do what we want you to do or you don't, which is, it's prejudicial.
Yeah.
It really is. But with the, as Marty was saying about them trying to, this letter, trying to get you to book in to have this done, it's interesting how the wording's done again. It's a bit like the exemption from the muzzles. To me, the way you do it is to say, right, we would prefer you to wear this for these reasons. Reason A, reason B, reason C. We think this is a good idea. This is why we want you to do it. But the law states if you're exempt, you're exempt. And put it out there, but it's not. It's always, it's mandatory. You must, you've got to. It's by law. It's the law. They've even put it in windows now in supermarkets. It's the law, and it's not. But it's this. You will do it, and we'll try and hoodwink you if you don't know any better to think that you've got to, and that stinks. That way with British people live. We've never done that. We've never tried to lie like that to each other. It's always been fair play. Yeah, the British way of life. This is the way it is. We'll be fair about it. These what we want you to do. We'd like you to come on board, but it's entirely up to you. Not dictatorship. Not you will do this and we'll force you to do it. Not in these kind of circumstances anyway. There's exceptions. Obviously, crash helmets for motorbikes, because you can't argue with that. If you come off a motorbike at even 30 miles an hour and hit some road furniture. Street furniture, you're not going to survive, or it's going to bust your head open like a melon. So, but it is, but instances like this now, that they're trying to make you believe you must, and you will force you to. It's don't sit well with me at all. Not just because of my own personal circumstances, but just because it just isn't right. It disturbs me.
Yeah, so that about sums it up. We're in a bit, we're going to meet another truther called Neil, have a bit of fellowship, and see what he's got to say.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So, should we leave it there?
Why not? God bless.
God bless you then.